Hi, I'm Elizabeth Silva with CTM, and I'm at the volunteer fair with Patty, and she's from the Paul Center. So what is your organization about, Patty?
We are in our 50th anniversary, and we are an organization that provides programs and for children with disabilities.
Oh wow, that's so amazing. What do you need volunteers? What kind of volunteers do you need?
We always need volunteers. They are the basis of our programs. We need volunteers. We are a 16-acre campus for opening and closing the campus. We need volunteers for helping out around the grounds, lawn maintenance, landscaping, plumbing issues, you name it, across the board. We also have some limited opportunities for volunteers during our programs. They would help out with music and movement, arts and crafts, adaptive phys ed. Those would be opportunities during our 6-week extended school year program over the summer.
And over the summer, what do they do? Do the kids come and stay at the organization? What do they do?
It's a day camp, 5 days a week. Most instances, school districts will provide the tuition for the students to come to the camp. It is a camp that is based off of a student's IEP. And we are open for children ages 4 to 22.
Oh wow, that is so amazing. Did you start this? How did you get into it?
Oh my goodness, no.
No.
I had, my youngest sister-in-law had Down syndrome, and she went to the Paul Center when she was younger. And it's a fantastic opportunity for anybody that wants to get involved. Oh God.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's so amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Paul Center is great for kids that really need help, and volunteers, please come. And there's so many opportunities, and thank you. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Silva with Judy from the Genealogy Club. What is your organization all about?
Well, we're all about learning where the resources are, teaching others how to use them, and then sharing them with each other. We have evening meetings once a month on Tuesday night, and then we have 5 interest groups for specialties for Canadian Maritime, Irish, English, and DNA Club.
Oh wow.
So we keep pretty busy with all our different clubs.
Yeah. How do volunteers know about this? How do they get involved? How can they get involved?
Well, we don't really sponsor volunteers, but there's always help being in the club, volunteer for different activities. And we also, a couple times, we've reached out to nursing homes, and we've had volunteers work with people in nursing homes, helping them find their genealogy. So.
Oh wow, that is so interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Do you enjoy it?
Oh yes, I've been doing it for about 20 years now.
Oh wow,
So,
yeah.
I started before anything was on the internet.
Oh, that's a great feat.
Yes, now
Great.
there's a lot on the internet, but not
Yeah.
everything.
No. All right.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hi, I'm with Ron Hubbard from the Lions organization, and he is the president of the Lions organization. What is your organization all about?
Well, it's a service organization, and we provide lots of things for the town of Chelmsford. For example, scholarships for the students, high school students. We support the food pantry. We support just a myriad of things, Eagle Scout projects, for example. But we all internationally, Lions is actually the largest service organization in the world. 46,000 clubs and 1.4 million Lions. The Chelmsford Lions has about 20 members, all volunteers, and it's a great organization. We enjoy what we do, and we provide a good deal of support, as I said, for the Chelmsford community.
Great. How do volunteers volunteer? How can they get involved with this?
Yeah, they could contact me. My phone number is 978-866-6854, or email me at hub1943@comcast.net. We meet once a month, the 4th Tuesday of every month, at the Princeton Station restaurant. It starts at 6:30, lasts about an hour to an hour and a half, no more than that. So it doesn't really take up a lot of your time. We have 2 main fundraisers, that is the 4th of July Country Fair and the Fall Fair that take place the last Saturday in September.
Oh, wow. And how did you get into doing
I've been
this?
involved about 12 years. A Lions member ran into me actually at a golf tournament. And I got to talking to her about Lions and got interested, and lo and behold, I've been involved now, just as I said, about 12 years.
Oh, wow, that is so amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Lions organization is great. They do so many things for the community and internationally for people all over. And you should really try to volunteer. It's a great thing to get into. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm Elizabeth, and I'm with Annie from the Chelmsford Commission on Disabilities. Can you please talk about what your organization do?
Sure. We gather educational information and try to make the town of Chelmsford aware of it. As you can see, we have catalogs. We have articles that we've written about the white cane every October, okay, and I write them. And we have some books and the do's and the don'ts of the placard.
What is that?
The do's and the don'ts of the placard,
Oh,
the
okay.
handicap placard.
Oh.
Okay, there are rules to be followed when you use the handicap placard. Those are all down in that corner there.
What are some rules, if you don't mind sharing?
Sure, if you're not handicapped and you don't have a handicapped passenger in your car, you can't use that.
Yeah.
You have to have a handicapped passenger in the car.
Mm-hmm.
But you might take one and just look it over, and maybe you might do something with it, okay?
Oh, yes, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to read it.
All right.
Ha-
But we meet once a month, the third Tuesday of the month at the town hall, and that's usually a Tuesday night, and our meetings are open, and we start our meetings at 7 p.m.
So can anyone join?
Anyone can come to the meeting and ask about joining, yes.
With another Elizabeth, Betty, from the Power of Flowers organization. And what does your organization or project do?
We rescue flowers from all different kinds of places, whether they're a memorial service, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And we pick the flowers up that would be thrown away. The ones in the funeral parlors all call us. We'll pick them up and we bring them back to our shop at the Tewksbury Hospital. And then we pull them all apart and put them into Floral Life and put them in the cooler. And the next day, the group that comes in makes them into these little bouquets.
Oh, those are so pretty.
We take the flowers and we put a collar around them, as we call it, of the greens, and then we put flowers in here, and then we bring them to assisted living, Meals on Wheels, nursing homes, cancers.
Yeah, to brighten people's day up.
They love it. And then we also do what we call flower therapy, where we'll bring all the containers and the flowers and everything, and we help people make them for themselves.
Oh.
And they love doing it. They
Yeah.
love doing it. So it's a wonderful organization. Lots of people and lots of fun.
Yeah. How do volunteers or people get involved? How can they know about this?
Through word of mouth, from advertising, from things like this where it'll be shown. I have a sign-up sheet to get volunteers, and we have a lot of volunteers. We do a lot of different things. We've done things with garden clubs, like Chelmsford Garden Club,
Yeah.
and Drake. A lot of different ways, but we're very busy.
Yes, it seems so, and you're doing such a great job. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very
With
much.
Sarah from the Chelmsford Public Library. What do you do at the library?
Well, I'm the head of teen services, so I plan all of our teen programs, and then that includes also managing all of our teen volunteers.
Oh, wow. My friend does teen volunteering. What kind of different types of projects or events that you do?
Oh, well, we have tons of stuff. If you like to work with children, we have children's programs every month that our librarians really need help with. So it's a huge help to have teens come in and volunteer with those. We have story times and craft programs, and every summer we also do a Harry Potter birthday. That's one of my personal favorite events of the year. But if you prefer to work independently, we have an opportunity called shelf reading, where you come in and you help make sure that books are in order at the library. And that one is great because you can just come in, it's very relaxed, you can listen to your headphones, but it's really helpful for us because if books aren't in order at the library, It's like they don't exist.
Yeah. And what are the ages for to be a teen volunteer?
So the only rule for us is that you have to be at least in 7th grade. So once you started the fall of your 7th grade, you're welcome to volunteer with us.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Are there so there's teen volunteering and is there adult volunteering or older than that they can do? How do they get involved?
Absolutely. Once you turn 18, you can join our adult volunteer program, and we have tons of stuff that adults can come and help with at the library. Not only do we have a book sale every year that we need help with, which you'll hear more about from the Friends of the Library, but we also have events all year round where we need adult volunteers. So there are absolutely opportunities for adults as well.
And how can volunteers volunteer? Do they go to the library? Do they email someone or call?
Well, that's really up to your convenience. So you can always contact me. My name is Sarah, again, at the library, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. For teen volunteering, we have volunteer applications, and we don't expect you to just magically know how to do everything already. So we have training sessions for the children's room volunteer opportunity and also for shelf reading. So I'll walk you through everything, and you'll be an expert by the time you actually come in to volunteer at the library.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this? Do you enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely. I love my job. It's really a blessing. And I've been a librarian for about 6 years and at Chelmsford for a little over 1 year.
Oh, wow. That's great. Thank you. It was really nice to talk to you.
It was nice to talk to you too. Thanks so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
I'm Lynn Carey. I'm the secretary of the Friends of the Library.
Oh, wow. And what do the Friends of the Library do for the library?
We give them a lot of money. We have a big book sale in September, and this year we are having a special spring sale. We're having adult fiction and all of our children's and young adult books, and that's going to be the end of April vacation on Friday the 20th and Saturday the 21st.
And what are other ways that you can get money or people can donate?
Well, we always accept donations, and we have people, we get some of our money through our memberships, and we just have made it available to play on the online. You don't have to write your check or anymore. You can just pay online for your membership.
That's really convenient.
Yes.
Is that how you become a member? Or?
We have a brochure where you can become a member, or you can go on our website on chelmsfordlibrary.org and find all the information there.
And I'm with Sue and Barbara from the Chelmsford Cultural Council. And what does your organization do?
Basically, the state gives us grant money, and we have applications for people to apply for grants, usually the performing arts, and they send in their applications, and then we vote on who deserves to get the money.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we award the money to the grant applicants, and then they do some of their performances and so forth. You want to continue? Has I left anything out?
We give it to all different kinds of groups, school groups, theater groups, students, children's theater productions, what else? Orchestras, dance groups,
Oh, wow.
poetry competitions. So we give it a broad spectrum.
Oh, wow. And how do you accept volunteers? Do volunteers help, or do they become a member?
We're an all-volunteer organization, and we would love volunteers to help us. We meet every once a month on the second Tuesday of the month at the Chelmsford Center for the Arts.
Oh, wow. And can people just show up and do it, or do they have to?
It's open to the public. Anyone is welcome to come and sit in on a meeting and then decide whether or not they'd like to join us. And we'd be very happy to have volunteers join us.
And I'm with Kay Milligan. And where are you from? What is your organization?
We are Challenge Unlimited at Ironstone Farm. We do therapeutic riding for children and adults with a wide range of different diagnoses.
Oh, wow. And how did you get into this organization?
Like many people at Ironstone Farm, I started there as a volunteer 12 years ago and then became a riding instructor and came on staff, and now I'm the director of volunteers.
How can you become a volunteer?
It's very easy. We have a little packet of paperwork that needs to be filled out, and then we provide training. None of our volunteers need previous horse experience. We'll do all the training, and then we set people up on a weekly schedule.
Oh, wow. So what is your organization about?
So we do therapeutic horseback riding. We work with kids on the autism spectrum. We work with seniors with memory care issues. We work with people with CP and MS with a wide range of different diagnoses. We also do physical and occupational therapy with young children. So we work with a lot of different people, and there's something for everybody.
All right. I'm with Thrive Communities, and we're with Pam, and she's going to talk to us about what Thrive Communities do.
So Thrive is a nonprofit organization based in Lowell, and we work with people in Lawrence. So we work with individuals that have been incarcerated, and they're re-assimilating into society. So they may need help finding a job, finding housing, getting an ID, just applying for health insurance and things like that. So we're there to help them with that, but we're also there to help them if they feel they need to reoffend or they're getting that urge to go back to the life that they wanted to. We're there to pull them back and talk them out of it and just let them know that they have a friend and they're welcome back into the community.
Oh, great. And is it kind of like therapy too sometimes, or?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but we work in small groups, so we have our core member and then we have 3 individuals from the community, and they work together in small groups that way.
Yeah.
Depending on what the core member needs, depends on how they go, but it does turn into therapy, and you make friends along the way.
How can you volunteer?
So you can volunteer we have very many things. We have Pass the Gravy right now, which is a weekly on Tuesday at 1 Bartlett Street in Lowell. We provide food, you just sit around, you talk. ThriveMass.org is our website where you can sign up, and there's more information to contact Kim, who is actually the CEO of the company.
Oh, wow. Is there anything else you want to include or talk about?
No, just if you're interested, go on the website or just pop by. We're at 175 Cabot Street. Just pop in and say hi, and we're always looking for volunteers.
Hi, Kit. I'm Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And where are you from? What kind of organization?
Chelmsford Center for the Arts and CCA Partners. We are Chelmsford's only public arts organization. Primarily a performance venue, although we do have classes in visual arts, but we have a wide variety of musical and theatrical performances year-round of all different kinds of genres.
Yeah, and how can people volunteer?
They can volunteer by helping us as ushers or ticket takers at performances, and if they want to do that, they also get free admission to the show, which is great. We also need help with marketing, helping us get the word out, fundraising and development. We do a couple of galas every year, and we need help getting things organized for that. There's a lot of little details and decorating the space so it looks festive and is fun, and there's a lot going on.
What are the age groups for volunteering?
Early teens through 90.
Yeah, okay. I'm Elizabeth with Lisa from Chelmsford Military Community Covenant.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, so what does your organization do?
Our organization helps soldiers and their families and veterans. If a soldier's deployed, what we would do is call the family member and see if they needed anything, such as snow plowing, housework, if they had to run errands and couldn't get out of the house. We do have a big veterans cookout for our veterans and soldiers every year in the summer, and that's also a fun time for us. We do have volunteer opportunities. If anybody would like to, help in any way they can, we call around for the family to see what they do need, and then we call our volunteers, and they help the families, and that's how we get our volunteers.
And I'm with Mary from Upper Merrimack Valley. What can you tell us about your organization?
Well, we're a group of, we've got doctors and teachers, we have a lot of nurses, nursing assistants, we have high school volunteers, they come and they help us. We do a lot of emergency setups, like we have people that are in with the shelters right now with people who don't have powers. A few of us had been called up to go and help out with the disaster relief in other states. We do a lot of training, educational stuff pertaining to that. We do a lot of the flu clinics. I've done volunteer work up at the high school, which we've gone and we've done. The kids would come in and we check blood pressure and we do education with the kids. And we do educational stuff within the senior center, like in a couple of weeks. We're going to be doing the wellness here at Chelmsford Senior Center, and so a lot of the people are going to be coming in throughout the town. So we support the town, we're part of Westford, Tingsboro, Chelmsford, Billerica, Lowell, and Tewksbury. We do all those towns, and we do volunteer stuff, and we very actively involved, and we are involved with emergency disasters. So if something happens within the within those communities, we are called up and we all go and help out.
Yeah.
So each one has a specific role. Where I'm a registered nurse, so I will do help things with medical stuff, screening, triage. We do stuff like that, and I've been involved with it for a while. And Nancy Burns is our leader. She's an emergency medical technician.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And how can you become a volunteer?
Just let us know. You can notify us at the in Westford, the town hall there, and Nancy Burns. And we're part of FEMA. You can contact her there, and we can help out and do that. We're always looking for people to help. People do what they can, but a lot of us work, and we still do what we can to help around the community.
Hi, Nicole. I'm Elizabeth, and you're from the Chelmsford Friends of Music, right? What does your organization do?
Okay, our mission is to support the music programs in the Chelmsford Public Schools, and that's K through 12.
Okay. And how do you do that?
Okay, well, we fundraise obviously to get some money, but then we put that money back into the programs. We both support the students in their actual music endeavors. We also try and help with buying instruments, repairing instruments. We also offer scholarships for students both when they go to college, but also for summer music camps, that type of thing. We really try and just help any student that needs anything that they need to support them in their music education.
Yeah. How did you get into this?
My own children have been very, very active in the music programs in school. My son went through the band program in the high school. He ended up as drum major in the high school band. My daughter at the moment is a trumpet player, and she is president of the high school band. So music is a big part of my children and my family's life.
Yeah. And how can you start volunteering or helping out with this?
Sure. We would love to have more people come to our meetings. Parents are heavily involved, but all members of the community who are interested in the music programs in the schools are very welcome. We have meetings once a month. Our next one is this Thursday. It's always in the Chelmsford Public Library. We need people actually on the board. We need people to help us with the auction we run. We also have the can drives on the second Saturday of every month. There are plenty of opportunities both for parents and for the students to get involved, because we also offer hours for the students for their community service as well.
And I'm with Budget Buddies. And what do your organizations do?
We are a women's organization that helps low-income women for financial counseling.
And how do you do that?
We do that with a combination of workshops and one-on-one coaching. So every one of our buddies, we partner with social service agencies, and every one of the women in the program attends a workshop with their coach, their one-on-one coach, every other week, and then they meet on the off weeks and work on their own personal financial goals. And it's about a 6-month program.
Wow. And how can people help Budget Buddies?
Our biggest need is for volunteer coaches.
Okay.
Anyone can coach. You don't have to have a particular expertise in finances. I'm a nurse, so you don't need to have I'm living proof. I'm not a math person, but yet I love helping women with this issue.
And this is inspiring. And how did you guys get into this, start helping?
I got into it right here at the volunteer fair.
Oh, wow.
Years ago, a very good friend of mine, Kathy Bruck, was one of the founding mothers. She saw me and I was sunk. That was it. So, and I thought from the minute I read about it, knew about it, that this was something I wanted to be involved in. Women helping women. Much more timely now than it was even then.
Yeah.
And it's an enjoyable, and it's very, very rewarding. I, as a coach, I've coached 5 times, feel I got much more out of it than my buddy.
And for a coach, do you have to go through a workshop or anything, or do you just...
We do an orientation. It's a 2-part orientation for all coaches, because you're not going to... You have to learn. You have to learn, number one, about the coaching, about the financial, but really how to work with low-income women.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth, and I'm with Pat from Chelmsford Women of Today. So what does your organization do?
We do a number of things. We're actually part of a national organization that's called the U.S. Women of Today, and we're focused on fundraising for charitable agencies. We also do some personal development, so we have educational programs for our organization, and then we like to have fun too. So we also have some friendship-related things. We'll do a game night, or we'll do movie night, or those types of things.
And where do those events take place?
They take place really all over the place. We're focused at the moment, we're planning our bowl-a-thon in April, and that will be over at Brunswick Lanes, and the proceeds for that will be going toward Alternative House to help with the women's shelter, the women's and children's shelter. So that's probably our upcoming event. That's what we're focused on at the moment.
Oh, wow. And how can people get involved or help out with this organization?
Well, people can get involved. It says Chelmsford Women of Today, but we're very open. We have male members also. We can be reached. We have a website. They can contact me through my email at pat-m@rcn.com. For more information. We meet monthly on the third Tuesday of every month, and we meet at the Chelmsford Town offices at 6:30. People are welcome to come to a meeting, to check us out, to talk to us, to see what we do. We'd love to have them.
And I'm with Dee Miller, and what is your organization and what do you do?
We are the Chelmsford Republican Town Committee. We exist to uphold the principles of the Republican Party, which is small government, big people. We hold signs for candidates. We have people sign their nominating papers. And every year we offer a $750 scholarship to a graduating senior who has at least one parent as a registered Republican, or if they are 18, they can be registered Republicans. And we have a lot of fun. We meet once a month, Thursday in the evening at the third Thursday at the police station. Have great speakers.
Yeah, and can volunteers just show up, or do they have to sign up for it?
We have a sign-up sheet for volunteers, but we especially need people to hold signs out on the common or out in the center.
Okay.
There are a lot of elections coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So if you'd like to sign up, we have our sheet right here.
Oh, thank you. And what are the ages for volunteers?
Anybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a wee publican. She's 9 months old now.
Okay, thank you. I'm with Debbie from the Senior Center. And what do you do at the Senior Center?
I'm actually the director of the Senior Center, so they actually let me think I'm in charge most of the time.
And how can you get volunteers?
We have tons of activities every day, Monday through Friday. We're open 8:30 to 4:30. So we have activities and programs that help people from 60 and up and disabled adults. And we have everything from Meals on Wheels drivers that we need to people to help in our kitchen. We have a social day program, so helping people with mild dementia or with memory loss. We always need help with anything to do with the building. We have volunteers who help us from soup to nuts. So in our office, helping greet, run activities for us, run the library. We've got all kinds of opportunities. And our Friends of the Senior Center group are the ones who help raise money for us. So we're always looking for people who are willing to help out with fundraising events like larger parties or things that might help us raise money as well.
Oh, wow. And how long have you been involved with the Senior Center?
Oh gosh, that's a long time. Almost 10 years, but I've been the director for almost 6. I used to run the activities a long time ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I actually performed here, and I loved it. The seniors were here, and we sang, and it was really fun.
Yeah, we have a great time.
Yeah.
And we love having teenagers come. We have a wonderful program where seniors and other teenagers come, and they help in the afternoons after school or during vacations, as long as they know we're not open in the evenings or on the weekends. So we can usually use them during the summer or from like 2:30 until 4:30 in the afternoon. If people want to, like teenagers would like to help us, we love that too.
Yeah, and how can we volunteer? Do we sign up, email, call, just come here?
Yep, you can come to the senior center or you can call or email. We're on the town website under the senior center, or our phone number is 978-251-0533.
I'm with Deborah from the Open Pantry of Greater Lowell. And what does your organization do?
Okay, we provide food to the people that are hungry in our community. We service Lowell and the surrounding areas. We provide approximately food to 1,600 individuals per month, 1/3 of which are children, unfortunately. And so we are in need of volunteers, dependable and mature, because they are the backbone of the Open Pantry. In addition, we could use monetary donations, as we have a freezer that is ready to RIP, and we need that to hold the food to feed the individuals. So we are need volunteers, we are needing food and financial donations to help us buy a new freezer.
And how can volunteers sign up or be involved with this?
Okay, they can go online or they can come directly into the pantry. Online, they can go to www.theopenpantry.org or come into 13 Hurd Street and ask for Deborah Beretta.
Hi, I'm with Violet, and she's a canine member of the Dog Association of Chelmsford, and she is really helpful. And I was wondering if you can talk about what your organization does.
Sure. I'm the president of the Chelmsford Dog Association. One of the things we do in this town is we maintain the Chelmsford Dog Park. No tax money goes to the dog park, so it's maintained all through volunteers and donations. And so we love the volunteer fair here because people show an interest and they come down and help us out at the park or help us out with our events that do fundraising.
Yeah. And how can you volunteer?
You can volunteer by going to our website, which is chelmsforddogassociation.org, or sending an email to events@chelmsforddogassociation.org.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this?
The Dog Association started in 2009. And we started to try and build the dog park in Chelmsford. It was originally started by Vivian and Eric Merrill. Eric Merrill is the animal control officer in town, and Vivian's his wife. They formed the organization, and I joined a few months after it was formed. And the board worked for 7 years to get the dog park built.
Oh, wow.
Once it was built, we then have been working to keep it going, keep it clean, keep it maintained. We got a grant from a group called the Stanton Foundation to build the park, and every so often we get a little bit more grant money to put in additions. Also, the Boy Scouts have been a huge help, and there have been 3 Eagle projects that have taken place down at the park to make things better there.
Oh, fun. So anyone can join and volunteer?
Anyone can join the organization as a member, or anyone can just volunteer even without being a member. We love to have everyone down at the park. If you like dogs, you don't even have to have a dog. We have people who come down just to pat the dogs.
I would love that. And I'm with Valerie from the Farmers Market. What can you tell us about the Farmers Market?
So the Farmers Market is bringing local produce and artisan products into our neighborhood, make it easy for people to get there, decrease our food miles, and just give us the opportunity to support our local economy.
And how can people volunteer or help out with the Farmers Market?
So we're looking for ongoing help with anybody who's got any sort of creative, like web design or ideas for fundraising or marketing. But at the market, we really need volunteers to help with our educational programming, our kids' activities, and then set up and break down for anybody who actually has muscles.
And what kind of events do the Farmers Market do?
So we're just getting started this year, and we're working on our events, but we're hoping to have gardening demonstrations and kids scavenger hunt, plant your own seeds for kids as well.
Oh, wow, that's really exciting. I'm with Jenny and Karen from the Happy Tails Pet Rescue. And what does your organization do?
We are a shelter for rescuing cats. We have a few different locations in the area. We're opening a location within PetSmart in Chelmsford this coming April, so we're looking for volunteers to help out care for the cats in that location.
And how can people volunteer for this?
They can email us at volunteers@happytailspetrescue.org. We are looking for people to help take care of our cats in the adoption center, to take care of their food and water needs, and scooping litter boxes and cleaning the cages and socializing with them.
Yeah. I'm an expert on that. I have 2 cats at home.
Excellent.
And so, do you need to have cats, or can anyone volunteer for this?
You don't have to have cats. As long as you love animals and are reliable and willing to volunteer, we'd love to have you.
All right, thank you. Anything else? No?
No.
All right. Okay.
Unless you want to check out our website, it's www.happytailspetrescue.org, or you can like us on Facebook, Happy Tails Pet Rescue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Pete from Lyra Learning and Retirement Association. What is your organization about?
Our organization is about lifelong learning. You don't have to be retired to join. You just have to be available to take some of our classes during the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday generally.
And what kind of classes do you provide?
We have all kinds of classes. We have arts and music, we have science, we have mathematics this year, we have history. We have a great program called Great Decisions, which is part of the Foreign Policy Institute, and we study about the intractable problems of the world.
Oh, wow. And so anyone can volunteer?
Anyone can join and anyone can volunteer. It helps to be retired, and some of our classes are given by retired people.
Oh, wow. And how do you volunteer or help learn about this? Is there a website or?
We have a website. It's at UMass Lowell. It's on the uml.edu site, and go to Lyra Learning and Retirement. You find it there.
All right.
We also have a Facebook page, which you can find on Lyra at UML. It's Lyra ATUML, and you can find us there as well.
I'm with Deb from the Garrison House. And what do the Garrison House do? What does the organization involve?
We are a historical house museum. The house was built around 1690, and we offer all kinds of educational programs, and people who love history can come out and visit us and learn about our past in Chelmsford.
Yeah. The Garrison House, I went when I was in 2nd grade, and it was an amazing experience. There's candle making, I believe, yeah? And how can people volunteer for this?
We need help with the demonstrations, the candle making, the butter making, the sewing, soap making, and even doing house tours.
Yeah.
And we're offering classes on those. I have those already set up. We also just need general help, like cleanup, the grounds, the buildings, and we're also doing events when we need hosts or hostesses.
Oh, wow. I'm with Sergeant Jim for the Minutemen Company. And what does the Minutemen Company do?
So we bring history to life by reenacting all of the colonial life from way back in the 1770s and such. And one of the big things we do is we do reenactments of the battle at the Old North Bridge in Concord.
Oh.
So one of the things that we do, as you can see from our flyer over here, we end up marching from Chelmsford to Concord on Patriots' Day, and then engaging in a mock battle at the bridge there. And then we also go off and we do a parade there. Scouts, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, parents, citizens join us for that. And those who do, and the scouts that actually complete the 10-mile march, get to be awarded one of these patches for the uniform. And I am the only person ever that can give them one of these patches, because they have to do our march to do that.
Oh, wow.
We are also a ceremonial group. We present the flag at the Lowell Spinners. So that's awesome. We do a number of parades around town, and we are a member of the 6th Middlesex Regiment that is very active in parades all over the place.
And how can people volunteer?
People can volunteer by coming and being a camp follower, being a Minuteman. Youths can come and they can carry a flag for us. They can beat a drum for us. They can just join us in any type of activity. We have a variety of clothing that's extra to help people to get outfitted. And we have a number of extra muskets around for those people who need a musket to borrow for a particular event.
Oh, Wow. And do schools come at all? And do you have like events that people can come and see this?
There are a number of events. We actually have a web page that lists all the coming events. We're setting that calendar tomorrow for the coming season because the season is just about to start. And one of the things that we also do in Chelmsford is we go to the two junior high schools and we present for a period at each of those about the history, about life then, and we actually, and this is crazy, we actually fire the muskets there on the school property so they can see what that was all about.
Oh, that's really cool. I would love to see
And
that.
of course it's sanctioned by the local police, naturally.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for the
And I'm with the Sierra Club, Massachusetts. And what do you guys do in your organization?
We're the Merrimack Valley Action Team of the Massachusetts Sierra Club. And we organize around here on environmental issues that are of interest to the local community. So a couple of things we're working on right now is getting the Greater Lowell Regional Transit Authority and UMass Lowell to purchase electric buses to replace their fleet. And there's money available for that through the Volkswagen settlement program right now, and we're making some progress with both agencies to get this done, and we're working with them. And the other thing we're working on right now is a plastic bag ordinance for Lowell, and I'll let Jeff tell you a little bit about that.
Right, it's called the Plastic Waste Reduction Ordinance, and we're working with the City Council right now. There's a subcommittee meeting that's going to happen on Tuesday. Karen Cirillo is the counselor who has introduced the bill into the city government, and right now they've been studying it, and they're going to now discuss it in the subcommittee meeting, and then hopefully they'll be presenting it very soon to the City Council for a vote.
Oh, yes.
The idea is to ban the single-use plastic bags that are clogging our waterways, they're clogging our waste management systems, they're killing wildlife who mistake it for food. Generally, there are quite a few birds and sea creatures that mistake it for jellyfish and so on. So.
It's a really horrible thing. How can people help? Can people volunteer for this? And
Yes, we meet once a month at the Boot Mills in Lowell. We'll be meeting this Wednesday night as we'll be showing a film From the Ashes on coal country that was supplied to us by the State Sierra Club. And we're having our regular meeting around that. And if anybody has environmental issues for Chelmsford or the area around here, they can bring them to us if they have some passion about this. And we're a new group, and we get full support from the state and the national groups. So we'll take them on if they really want to do this, and we organize around it, and we'll get it done. Like the plastics bag ordinances, I'm planning on having get that done in Chelmsford here too. And anybody who wants to help with that in Chelmsford, we could really use the help, you know.
Elizabeth with Glenn from the Town-Wide Cleanup. And what does your organization do?
I'm Glenn Davison. I'm the volunteer organizer of volunteers. And what we do is once a year we have a trash pickup. This year that date is April 21st. And I chose that date because that's when the snow has melted and it's before all of the overgrowth has made it difficult to pick up. So right now we have many volunteers around Chelmsford who pick up the trash for us. The trash itself doesn't care whether you pick it up on April 21st or the day before or the day after. And what we do is we have many people who pick up trash year-round. Those are people who either walk or jog, walk their dogs, strollers, whatever, and they take a bag with them. And if there's any trash on the ground, they'll pick that up. One of the things I've been doing today is I've been advertising this sort of trash pickup tool, okay? Because what that means is you can easily pick up a piece of trash without having to touch it. There's a lot of yucky stuff that accumulates. So I use this to pick up glass. I pick up, decayed plastic. I also pick up things that are covered with mud, and I don't have to touch them. That includes cigarette butts, which I also don't want to touch. So it means that our town is cleaner as a result, and a clean town helps our property values to be good. Because if somebody sees a clean town, they will sort of keep that in their subconscious as they think about buying a house in Chelmsford. So I think it's a great thing, and last year it really did make a difference, but this is something that we've been doing for 20 years. And only lately have we really increased the scope of it, and I hope that everybody gets involved and just picks up a little bit, even if you're not a rabid recycler, that you just do a little bit.
And how can volunteers volunteer or sign up for this?
Well, there is information online at the Chelmsford Recycles website, but on April 21st, they can just go out and do it themselves. What we used to do is we used to assign a street for you to do. You would do your street, I would do my street. We don't do that anymore because the scale is so big now. The idea is that if you find an area is clean, you just move on to a different area. And what I do is I tend to walk for about a half a mile or a mile. The DPW gives out yellow bags, and those yellow bags, if you fill them up, they don't count toward your trash limit. So you can take as many bags as you want, and then if you walk far, you can tie them up and leave them by the side of the road. And we have a Green Lawn company. You can contact them by email or by phone in order to pick up those bags just on that day, April 21st. The rest of the year, it goes out with your regular trash. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yep. So the littlest thing can help the town cleaning up when you're just running or walking. April 21st, there's a huge event you can help out at, and so the Clean Up Town, let's do it.